My husband's joke made me file for divorce. My husband Mark has always had a problem with controlling my emotions, but the final straw came last week when he decided to prank me by faking a terrifying medical crisis, the exact one my late father suffered. When I didn't laugh, he screamed that I can't take a joke and compared me to his friends' cool wives. I realized the joke wasn't the prank. The joke was our entire marriage. My name is Clara. My husband Mark and I have been married for 5 years. Lately, our biggest source of friction has been his constant need to test my reactions and his obsession with what his friends' marriages look like. Mark works with a circle of men who constantly pull aggressive, often cruel pranks on their wives, filming the results. My biggest sensitivity, which Mark knows intimately, revolves around heart health. My father passed away suddenly from a massive heart attack right in front of me when I was a teenager. The mere sound of rapid gasping or clutching of the chest sends me into a full panic attack. Mark knows this. He was with me through my grief therapy. Last Friday, Mark told me he was meeting his friend, Dan, for drinks. I was home alone, planning to start a movie, when I got a cryptic, panicked text from Dan. "Clara, Mark just collapsed, said his chest is seizing up. Call me ASAP." My blood ran cold. I immediately called Dan, who confirmed Mark had been rushed to the emergency room, adding vague details about a possible cardiac arrest. I immediately started hyperventilating, grabbed my keys, and sped toward the hospital, shaking so violently I could barely see the road. My mind was screaming, "It's happening again, just like Dad." When I burst into the ER waiting room, Mark and Dan were sitting there, completely fine, holding a cheap cell phone tripod. Mark looked up, laughing loud. "Gotcha! Look at your face!" Mark laughed, high-fiving Dan. "You totally freaked. Dan got the whole reaction on video." I didn't cry or scream. I just stopped breathing. The pure terror, combined with the sudden crushing realization of the betrayal, rendered me silent. Mark, realizing I wasn't laughing or even reacting, stopped his triumphant cackle. He walked up to me, still holding the camera. "What is your problem, Clara? Why are you just standing there?" he demanded, suddenly defensive. "My problem," I finally whispered, my voice raw. "You just faked a heart attack. The one thing you know causes me absolute terror. And you filmed it." That was his trigger. Mark turned feral. "You can't take a joke. It was just a stupid prank. All my friends do this with their wives, and they laugh about it. They're cool. They understand that life isn't so serious. Why are you always so different? Why do you have to be so dramatic?" He then launched into a tirade about how my oversensitivity was ruining his image and that I was too fragile to be around his friends. His words weren't about the prank. They were about control. He wanted my reaction to validate his behavior, and my silence was rejecting him entirely. I didn't spend the night. I went to a hotel and called my sister. The next day, I didn't contact Mark. I called a divorce attorney. When I finally went home to pack, Mark tried to apologize, but it was hollow. "It was just a mistake. Don't ruin our marriage over a joke, Clara. I'll never prank you again." "It wasn't a joke, Mark," I replied, stacking boxes. "It was a cruelty. You didn't just target my trauma, you tried to control my reaction. And when I didn't perform the way your friends' cool wives did, you attacked my character." I realized that my well-being is secondary to your need for validation. I filed the papers that week. Mark was devastated, still claiming I was overreacting to a harmless gag. He truly believed the prank was the issue, not the profound lack of empathy it exposed. But the marriage wasn't ruined by the prank itself. It was ruined by the defensive, cruel response that followed. The joke, as I realized standing in that empty ER, was on me for thinking I married a kind man.